Hey, welcome to Steve Davis Show. Special guest today is Jerome McIntosh, the 4A state championship
Yeah,
2021. Is that a nice ring of the bell there?
yeah. I haven't gotten used to it hearing it yet, but it still feels nice. Yeah, sounds
Well,
good.
I tell you, what a great run for yourself. I mean, you go back and talk about, let's just talk about your high school career at La Cueva real quick, and then talk about how you got into coaching and then
Yeah.
how you built this program.
I mean, I guess for me, how it started was, like you said, in high school, just falling in love with it and playing a bunch of different sports and getting to meet some good athletes and just really good coaches to be able to play for. And kind of going from there, I mean, I think where I got in love with coaching was doing camps and um, just being around the sport all the time. Like I wanted to give back to what sports had given me, and so sports really got me through high school. It got me through college, and I wanted to give that back to other people as well.
Well, I tell you, it was fun for me to see you play and see your games, and you had a great coach in Frank Castile that now is
Yeah.
retired, and you're part of some of those. That's got to be rewarding in that you're part of that history that he created.
Yeah, I mean, whenever you go back and look at the records for the La Cueva, I mean, there you just think of winning, and especially through that period of time. Like I remember at one point we had won state championship in football, played in the state championship in basketball, and then won the state championship in track. And then like every other sport had won the state championship as well. So you just learn how to win being around all those winners all the time. And so whether it be the coaches or just the players themselves, like you learn good habits and how to work and everything like that.
Well, and even go one step below, it's the administration too. I mean, the support and of that school system itself. It's
Yeah.
they expect good things, but you all of a sudden you start trying to get into coaching. You get into coaching, and
Yeah.
the Browns. I mean, what a great, how great is he to work for?
Yeah, I mean, Greg is probably, if you had to like have a royal family of basketball in New Mexico, the Browns are that family. And so like working for Greg, you learn a lot. You learn really how to work and how to put time in, really how to love it. And then not only Greg, but like his entire family is part of it. And so you learn a little bit from everybody, whether it be his brother, his dad, everybody else that's coached under the Brown family as well. And so everybody's kind of like you learn how to really be able to be good at this craft. And so that's the thing that I mean I really appreciate from them and everything that they've done for me as well.
Well, I think what you learn from them are the little things. I know
Yeah.
that you and I were meeting to pick up films. You're
Yeah.
meeting, doing things, or if you needed a part to get the films done. I just remember those little things that you're chasing me down to do it. And you're going, this is not basketball. This is not what I got into. But
Yeah.
that's how that's part of your success is just learning the little things that make a program. And that's so great to see you take that on and take that challenge.
Yeah, and like I said, you like you said, you learn the little things, whether it be how to watch film, how to outwork other people, whether it be just how to put a lineup together. I mean, those are little things that people don't really think about. They think about it's just drawing up plays and that's all being a coach is. And you don't see all the behind the scenes stuff, and whether it be checking grades or anything like that. Like there's a lot of stuff that goes into it that they prepare you for. And that's really why a lot of people have come out of their coaching tree to be coaches as well.
Well, also with that, I mean, while we're on the subject, you couldn't be without, you learn with assistant coaches. I mean, they're extension of you, and bringing them in and building that C team and JV and varsity only helps you in the long run.
Yeah, I mean, I said this at our banquet, and it's really true. Like, I wish that all the recognition that I get, it would say all of my assistant coaches' names as well, because without them, like, none of this is possible, because it's nice not having to worry about if there's going to be a coach in the gym for our C team or our JV or anything like that. I never have to worry about those guys. I can just go and watch and enjoy the games. And so that makes my life a lot easier as a head coach. And then even with the varsity, they all pitch in. They not only do stuff for the JV and C team, but they pitch in and do a lot of stuff for the varsity as well.
Well, I know that, you know, we talked a little bit of where you're at, and but it's taken you a while to build this program, and you've always been this year was a little bit different because you've always been the underdog, okay, and you've always taken a while to get your program. You might have taken your licks a little bit early in the season, but when it came to state championship time, it was all of a sudden the light bulb went on, and why do you say that happened over the last 3 or 4 years?
Well, I mean, one thing that people don't realize about our schedule is we play all APS 5A teams. And so early on in the year, like, we get beat up a lot. And so we learn a lot from those games, though. I mean, so we may not have the best record going into district or going into the playoffs, but we take our licks, like you said, and the kids get tougher from that. And so then when we do play smaller schools or smaller teams, like, we're ready. And so by the end of the year, we learn all those lessons that we needed from the beginning of the year, and we put them into the playoffs, and that's why we've been able to make these runs as 11 and 12 seeds.
Well, I tell you, your district is nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, it's probably one that you know, everybody says their district's tough, but I mean, well, you know, you're 1 through, well, is there 6 in your district now, or five in your district? 1 through 5, on any given night, you better be ready to play.
Well, it's like Sebastian Noel always, whenever he calls the games, he always says it's the district of champions, and it's really true because, I mean, it wasn't true for a while.
Don't give him too much credit. Okay?
I know.
Okay.
Well, for a while though, it was true because Valley was back-to-back state champs, and then you have Coach Murphy at Hope, and they've won 15, 18 state championships, and then you just have all these. Highland, who had just played in the state championship. And so Bernalillo had played in the state championship 3 or 4 years ago before they came in the district. And so all these coaches, their Hall of Fame coaches, are in the same district together. And so, like, for us to now be included in that feels good.
Well, I tell you, we're going to go to the top 10 plays of the week, and Dreamstyle top 10 plays of the week, and then come back and talk more about.
Hopefully, we have a Del Norte play on there somewhere.
Oh, well, we're game. You just got to hold your horses there.
All right.
Center fielder, Caden Bell on first. Here's the pitch to Heath. Struck him out. And great pitching by Alvarado. That'll do it for the Tigers in the top of the 5th.
A great crowd for a mid-afternoon game. Swing and a miss, and there's a strikeout, number 5 for Matt Romero.
Smith talking to the batter here. That's a, oh, wow. Nice, and that's an out.
What did I tell you? That one's that gets over the head of the right fielder. That's going to bring in 2 runs as Adrian Martinez with the RBI double.
Towards the latter part. Pitch, and that's another way for a single. That's going to score 2. That makes the score 9-0. So RBI double. That's going to make it. That's it. It's 10 runs there.
1-0's the count. And this one's high. It's going deep. And it's going to fall in. He's digging for third, and he gets there. Ezra Mestas with the 3-bagger. He gets the triple, and 2 more runs scored.
Steal to third base.
And he brought the hot sauce for strike 3.
Small ball team for Reed Fiegel this year. That one is hit on the line to left. It's going to send Avila back to the warning track, to the wall, and he's going to watch it go. It's a solo homer off the bat of Bo Kidd. One nothing Eagles. Just when we were talking about small ball, the Eagles played long ball. Good over with 2 outs here. That boy's well hit to left. Coming in on it is Morrison. He drops it, and the Ravens win it.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Hey, welcome back to Steve Davis Show. Got Jerome McIntosh, the 2021 4A state basketball champions for boys basketball. And
Still sounds good. Yeah.
you know, did I do that a little better? Did I do a little bit more information? You know, it's kind of ringing it in, setting it in myself, and you know, going into the year, expectations going into the year.
Yeah, they were high because we knew what we had coming back. Like we had 2 freshmen that had played the year before a lot. And then we actually had some size coming in. Like that was one thing we had never had since I'd been there, was some size. And so we had 3 seniors who could, and we had guys actually in the gym that could dunk a little bit. Like that was something that we'd never had either. And so now we're feeling good about ourselves a little bit. So we knew expectations were high coming in.
Well, and your players, you know, I say the words as a gym rats. They love to be in the gym. Part of that's because of, you know, trying to compete against you and see if they can beat you one-on-one. I'm sure that I've heard some stories on that stuff.
Doesn't happen.
It doesn't
but yeah.
No, I heard that's what I heard.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of a little challenge right there. So, which is great and healthy. But you know, tough district. You know, I mean, and kind of, you know, the COVID, your mindset going in with, is the season going to happen or not going to happen? Is we're going to start and is it going to fail? I mean, there was so many things happening. Kind of walk us through that.
Well, yeah, so, I mean, when everything shut down in March last year, the kids kind of, I mean, we all had the same initiative. And we kept saying, our kind of saying was, it doesn't matter if we play tomorrow, if we play next week, or we play next year. Okay, whenever it's time to play, we're going to be ready. And the kids kind of embraced that a little bit because every online workout or they went to the park and they were playing on their own. They were embracing, it doesn't matter. When we start to play, when we get in there, we're going to have to be ready to go. And so they were when we were. Well,
I tell you, we're going to, you know, you win your district, okay? A little bit of a different going into the state tournament.
Yeah.
You're number 1. I mean, when you get, how do you feel about that? I mean, that's a great feeling to have, but it's a big target on your back, because you've always been the deal breaker for a lot of teams.
Well, we knew going in, so if you win our district, and we've kind of gone through this the last 5 or 6 years in our district, if you win our district, you're going to the state championship. It's been kind of the omen for a while, so we knew if we won the district, we'd have a chance, and we'd have a good chance to make it to the state championship. And so that was our first goal that we had, was win the district, because you win the district, those are the toughest teams you're going to play. And so we had a good feeling about ourselves after that.
Well, you win the district. Great. Here's some highlights. Well, we'll come back to those in just a sec. You win your district. Little different this year. The higher seeds get home games, so you're guaranteed home court. I tell you what, and at that time, the fans just got back, got to come in the last week or week and a half or whatever, and and I tell you what, all of a sudden, there's some Del Norte fans coming out of the woodworks.
Yeah. No, you say that, but like jokingly, but it's really true because over the last.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
I'm dead serious. Cause I'm going to get back to that point at the next segment. But go ahead.
Yeah, because I've met so many Del Norte alum and fans over the last like 2 weeks that I had no idea even existed. But you're right, it's true. But getting the fans back right before the state tournament was convenient, and it was awesome because especially having home court advantage this year, that was really a big part of it as well. Yeah.
Well, I tell you, a team your first game, Highland.
Yeah.
I tell you what a great job Woody's done down at Highland. I mean, he's just really.
Yeah.
A good thing with him is big guy wasn't there. I mean, that helped out a lot, and kind of walk us through that game.
Well, with us in Highland, what's been nice with Coach Woody getting over there is we've developed a nice little rivalry over the last couple years. And so it was nice with them being in the district because you play them so often, you get to know them a little bit. But they were a good test even without the big kid. With the big kid, they would have been really, really tough to beat, and they're going to be really tough next year. But it was a good challenge for us. We were excited for us because they were the ones that knocked us out of the playoffs last year. So to give it back to them, give it back to them, it felt good. And so.
Well, then moving on, big game, Espanola. I mean, I tell you, and I think Sebastian and I was doing the Cleveland Trisco Heritage game, and we're watching that game. We're watching that, and of course Del Norte, a fan of yours, is of course Sebastian, and he did a poor job calling the game. He was not just kidding, but we were watching the highlights, watching the game, but y'all were down. I mean, tell them.
Well, I mean, we were down 12 in the fourth quarter, and we had to make a run to get back in the game, and it was from a lot of unlikely sources. I mean, we had two sophomores come in the game, Esteban DeVargas and Roman Hillman came in the game and just really gave us a good spark. And they hit some shots, got some defensive stops for us to get us back in the game. But I mean, playing Espanola, we were just talking about rivalries with Highland. Like that's been a good rivalry with us for the last few years. And that's been a good omen for us as well. Last few years that we've made these runs, we've always played Espanola and had to beat Espanola. And so, I mean, if you want to make it to the state championship, I mean, there's no other team you're going to have to run through and be able to get to the state championship. Like they are the, in 4A, they are the class winners of 4A, and they're the top dogs, and so you got to knock them off if you want to make it to the state championship.
Well, I tell you, then you have Artesia, Coach Mondragon. I mean, what a class act! I followed him, and he's a guy that really paid his dues to get a head coaching job, and landed at a great place in Artesia.
Yeah.
They're coming to the pit. Your thoughts of going to the pit? Are you just happy you're there, or are you?
Definitely not happy we were there. I mean, whenever you get to that point where you win the state championship, it's not just a one and done thing. Like you had to be there a little bit and kind of take your licks a little bit and get beat down a little bit. And so, like you said, we made those Final Four runs a few times before that, and so just making it to the championship wasn't enough for our kids. And we knew going in and playing Artesia, like you said, playing against Coach Mondragon's teams, like he's a tough guy, and they kind of just embody that at Artesia. And so we knew we were going to have a tough game in front of us. We were going to play a lot of tough kids. But our kids were ready. I mean, they were prepared for the moment. We had played on the pit floor before, and so nobody was really intimidated of being on the pit floor, and so that was good.
I tell you what, we're going to go to a break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to show you some highlights and see some great speaking after the game and some emotion going through your mind. So anyway, we're going to go to a little break right now.
Let's do it.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Steal coming in. Can she get the point? As Chris, tough shot, gets it to go.
West up with it. Nice move by West. Puts it up on the layup. Scores.
Especially the team like Naval Prep with so many weapons.
3 to beat the horn. Yes! Nothing but nylon at the... Turnover. Henderson in transition. Going to slam it home. Gonzalez going to leave it for Hasbury. Send it in. Get it into Chavez. Natalia across the timeline. She's going to heave it from half court for the
My goodness!
Chavez hits one from half court for the state championship.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Hey, welcome back to the Steve Davis Show. Jerome, we're gonna have some highlights of that state championship, and we're gonna let you be Mr.
Yeah, that
Sebastian
wasn't a good
right
start
there.
right there. They got off to a 4-0 start right up the first 4 points right there. So I thought we were gonna be in trouble, but our defense started to step up a little bit. Xavier get a block. Judah runs out and gets us a layup to get going, and then this dude's like automatic offense, and so. Once he got going a little bit, I knew we were going to kind of settle in and be all right.
You got a little bit of a run right here.
Yeah, he makes a good move at the end of the quarter to finish it off, get us a basket. And like I said, like he could really turn it on at any point. And Shane had a great year. And so, like, he's making all these plays. There's Roman making a hustle play for us. That's what he did all year. But this is when Artesia we started to pull away, and then Artesia started to make a run a little bit.
Well, you answered. I mean, you came back and answered with big-time shots.
Yeah, and so made some shots to really, this layup kind of sealed it a little bit. And it looks good, finally being able to take that picture and having a picture like that at the end.
I tell you what was going through your mind at this point when you won that, when there with your kids? And
it was like, more than anything, it was a big feeling of relief because we had put so much into this, and you get so close every single year, and it's just you start to have that feeling in your mind of, is this ever going to happen? And finally be able to do that. Like I said, it's just a big feeling of relief.
Well, we're going to show you your speech after the game and your emotions and excitement right here. So
Coach McIntosh, all the emotions, congratulations. Del Norte's first title, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
yeah.
Congratulations. You've earned it. You're building a great program there. Artesia came out, and they started out pretty well, but your defense limited the Bulldogs to 9 of 40 shooting. How proud were you of your defense?
I was. At first, I thought it was going to be a tough night. Like you said, they got to the basket, scored 4 points right off the bat. But our kids responded. I mean, they did a great job of keeping them out of the paint and rebounding.
Now, Judah and Doma are going to do theirs. Shane Doma Sanchez. There's two guys I want to talk about, though. Roman Hilleman came in and gave you some great play during the state semifinal and today in the championship.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he like I said, he's been playing JV all year and then just steps into the varsity role and just gave us some huge minutes, like you said.
Xavier Evans doesn't show up in these stats. How important is he to you and your team with his inside presence?
Just we can't replace him. He's irreplaceable. And like when he goes out of the game, it's much different. When he's in there, he does a great job of protecting the paint and rebounding. Like he was the difference today for sure.
Coach McIntosh, congratulations.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
You bet. Well, Coach McIntosh, all the emotions.
Well, I tell you what, some exciting moments right there. Kind of, that's the first time you've probably seen that in a while. So
Yeah, it is. It's
you saw the highlights and saw the.
Yeah, I was just telling you, man. Like after getting that trophy and holding the trophy and getting the medal, like you have so many feelings of just euphoria and just excitement. I'm surprised I was able to even talk on there.
Well, you did a good job of, I mean, you got through it, did a good job. But, I want to go back to earlier. You made a statement. You talk about all of a sudden the night fans. All of a sudden, I'm at Golden Pride, just going in through the window, and there was a guy wearing a Del Norte Knights basketball shirt.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's unbelievable. Have you any idea the effect that you've had on all the alumni that you have represented over the years?
I didn't until.
I mean, what was it, 43 years or something like that?
56 years.
56 years, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't until after the game. And after the game, I had probably 300 text messages and then another 100 or so emails of just people congratulating us and the team and me on all the accomplishments. And so that's when it really hit me of what it meant for everybody there.
I've been to the golf course a few times, and people, they know that they see me with ProView, and they're saying, "How about those Knights? How about those Knights?" And
yeah.
I know Sebastian has a little thing with Cleveland because they won their first championship, and he says that basically you were the better team because you beat Atrisco Heritage.
We'll wear that for just now, yeah. Until we play them again next year, yeah, and then we'll see. But right now, we'll own that. We'll take it.
Oh, so anyway, so your standards are really high, and now, hey, it's over. Now, what's your plan now? I mean, is it back to Ben? I know that APS is not letting you practice right now. So another hurdle?
Yeah, another hurdle. But I mean, the kids are still motivated. Like we're still gonna find a way to get better. And you know what? The hardest thing about after you win it is winning it again. And so we recognize that, we understand that, and we're gonna try to do it again.
How great was it for your banquet? I heard it was very, very, very a good crowd and a lot of support.
Yeah, best banquet we've ever had. So the standard for the banquets have been raised tremendously, and so.
So you got new expectations.
No more in the cafeteria anymore. Eating potluck food. We are high standards now. So all banquets.
Well, that's such. I remember when I started coaching with Coach Nauber and. We started at Furs.
Yeah.
We started moving that band. And then that became a big thing, a part of the program.
Yeah. And so hopefully we get there, and now just high standards for the team and banquet as well.
Well, I tell you, some great thoughts of last year. Oh, well, you know what? We're running out of time, and I want to thank you for coming on the Steve Davis Show, and congratulations on winning the 2021 4A state championship.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate
it. And also your hospitality when we come to your gym. I want to thank you for you and Del Norte for that too.
Yeah, every water bottle is one more game you guys need to be at, and so that's all it is.
All right, hey, Jordan. Thanks.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.